From Variety, celebrating more than 120 years covering the business of entertainment, this is the Award Circuit Podcast. As Michael B. Jordan navigates the awards conversation, he's candid about wanting the best for his collaborator, Ryan Coogler.
Look, I want the best for him. Like, I want the world for Ryan Coogler. I think he, biasedly or, whatever you want to call it, unbiased, I think he's fucking fantastic. He's the one of the realest humans I know.
I'm Michael Schneider, and on this episode of the Variety Award Circuit Podcast, we talk to Sinner star Michael B. Jordan about challenging himself with the film. Also on this episode, Sentimental Value star Renate Reinsve. And the Roundtable shares what to be thankful for this Thanksgiving weekend. It's all next on this edition of the Variety Award Circuit Podcast. Stay close.
And go.
Oh, right as a plane was going overhead. Hey, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, or really post-Thanksgiving by the time you're listening to this. It is the Roundtable. Our bellies are filled. We've got some leftovers on hand, some stuffing, some Jell-O for you, some cranberry sauce out of the can.
Wait, Jell-O?
Jell-O?
Yeah, Jell-O. Don't you?
You're a Jell-O Thanksgiving person?
That's so white, Michael.
Oh.
Even for you.
Oh, hello, everyone. I'm Michael Schneider. That's Janelle Riley, Jess Tanke, Clayton Davis, and it is the Roundtable. Clayton, how are your legs doing? Did you survive the walk on Saturday?
Listen, I will finish that walk when my children don't go with me anymore.
Oh, blame the children.
It really is, though. It's not me. It is like Noah. Maybe 45 minutes in was like, my legs are tired, carry me, and I was like, no. And but here was the mistake.
He's 10.
He is 10.
Yeah.
But here's a mistake. We walked by this like soul food place, and we had soul food breakfast.
Oh,
and after that, we were done for.
Yeah.
Well, after that is when you need to walk, right? After,
after a nap.
We walked a little bit more, and then we took a Waymo for the first time back to our car.
Oh you took a Waymo?
Wait, what did you think of the Waymo?
I don't like Waymos because I am of the mind that I talk too much crap online and someone's going to kill me and use it to take me out, so that I'm not trusting the system.
Well,
but it's very freaky. I don't like.
Same.
It goes. I feel like they go really fast. They run to catch a light. Like a human. It feels strange.
Did you sit in the driver's seat?
I sat in the driver's seat, so the kids and Jessica sit in the back.
Yeah. So the steering wheel's just going while you're sitting there. You're not touching it, but you want
Can't
to.
touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't touch
Did
this.
you know it would be a Waymo, or did you request it? I don't know if there's like a Waymo app.
There's a Waymo app. Yeah, and then
okay,
and then it comes, and when it comes, you have to like hit the button to unlock the door.
I don't like this.
Yeah. And then to get out, you have to like pull the handle twice because like you can't just like jump out of a moving Waymo. Evidently, like there's just too much. Like you can keep me in here against my will.
Everything about this is a horror film.
Yeah, Megan was real.
It's just the fact that they're so aggressive too, which is scary. It's like, who is making you this aggressive? Like, how do you know?
Why are you so angry?
Yeah, and people don't know they're Jaguars.
I know,
like, it's a Jaguar
fancy.
car. Like
Jaguar.
It's like very, very, very fancy.
It is a Jaguar, really? Jeez.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
This part of the Roundtable is brought to you by Waymo.
By Waymo.
No, by Uber.
Come on, they can sponsor us.
Humans are good.
Yes. So yeah, well, thank you for coming out. Thanks for everyone who came out to the walk. Actually, someone on Saturday mentioned that they heard of us talking about the walk on the podcast in the past, and that they finally wanted to come out and do it. So,
Look at that.
That's wild.
Advertisement works.
Way more famous than the podcast. So
the podcast does matter. So, gang, Thanksgiving weekend. What are we talking about? We got the Hamnet.
The Hamnet.
Yes, which is fascinating with reviews starting to come out to see that not all critics adore it the way I thought they did.
I mean, yeah. What like where are we landing here? Let me look this up.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be really high on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
It's at 87.
Yeah.
So like that's about
that's pretty high.
Yeah, that's pretty where I thought it would be. It's funny, Wake Up Dead Man's at 95, which,
Oh,
That
wow,
people love that
okay.
movie. They
yeah.
love it. I guess, it's they're very clever, and we don't get movies like that often, I think.
Yeah. No, no, those are the kind of I mean, we need more
Yeah.
movies like that, and honestly, it's a perfect, movie to watch with the family during a holiday weekend after you're done binging the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things, so
Hey, stop bringing TV into this.
Yeah. Which, by the way, drops at 5 o'clock time of recording. It has not dropped on Netflix yet, and it's so I had planned to watch it this morning,
It's not
and now I
Thanksgiving
can't.
yet, Clayton. You
Nope.
It's
gotta wait for
no.
Thanksgiving. You
Hey,
gotta
you know what does
No,
surprise me?
today at 5.
You know what
Thanksgiving
does
Eve.
surprise me that's doing better
Yeah.
with the critics than I thought it would? And I really like this movie, I think we all do, but Rental Family, I think we all thought wouldn't do great with critics, but would do great with audiences, but it's at an 87 with critics.
Yeah. So,
That
Yeah.
kinda
same
surprised me.
yeah, it's a crowd pleaser for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited to see
Well, no,
too.
but I didn't expect critics to go for it because it's
Oh, yeah, because yeah,
unabashedly
they're mean people, so you think that
yeah,
they
they
would,
have
like,
no
hate it.
hearts, and it's
Yeah.
unabashedly sentimental, and I don't mean that in a bad way, you know? I mean, we were just talking about this the other day with, Life of Chuck. Um, it's kind of an act of courage to be, like, openly sentimental in today's times. Sentimental isn't the right word for Life of Chuck, I guess just, like, uplifting?
Or optimistic.
Optimistic, that's
Yeah.
the word I
Yeah,
was looking for.
yeah.
Sorry, I need more coffee.
Clayton, before
Um,
you, came
yeah.
on, by the way, Janelle was paying you a compliment. She was giving a shout out to your, recent Golden Globe story. Look at that.
Well,
Oh,
yeah. Great story this week on how the, comedy race has changed and is no longer, ironically, a joke.
Yeah, it's now that's where all the drama is. Haha, pun intended. Yeah, I mean, on top of one battle after another, Marty Supreme, Jay Kelly, Begonia, Wicked for Good, Wake Up Dead Man, No Other Choice. Like some big films are gonna miss because there just are only 6 slots. Can we talk about the wicked of it all real quick? Because now that, like, obviously we're going into the second weekend, and we don't know what it actually does yet, but it's projected to do $100 million again.
Wow.
Like, and the chatter online has been very interesting to watch from the outward
yeah.
view, is because people I felt like really thought they could take their gloves off now because they felt that they couldn't talk crap about it last time because the first one was so good and beloved. And this one, which, we can all admit is not as good as the first one, but us wicked heads never expected it to be.
You mean Wicked
People are,
Not for Good?
yeah, we're getting, yeah, that's, but don't you give those headlines. But people are just coming with their claws out in a way that's like
Yeah.
In
a
fairness
little gross.
in fairness, you did just say openly that the second one is not as good and that we weren't expecting it to be. I mean, like, I think, we all know that the second act is a first act is a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
So it's hard because it's a dramatic shift in quality, I think.
Well, I and we can talk about, like, listen, there are problems with this movie, and I think we've all been, like, kinda open about it, but I think just people acting like this is Geely is not
Oh, come on.
correct.
No, it's not.
It's actively not correct.
No,
Oh
is
my god, no.
Well, and again, it comes to the optimistic or again, I don't wanna use the word sentimental, but it's like we were willing to embrace that for the first movie, but now we're acting like we're allergic to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
and I don't think this is done in picture. Like, listen, for me, it's all about math. I think Ari is top 2 in her category.
It's cleaning up.
I think Cynthia is still in, and is gonna get a bunch of texts. All that math, you're not missing picture.
No,
Like,
it's not.
it has to fall apart like
No.
the way 9 did, the Daniel Day-Lewis 9, not
Okay, and 9 was not good. Like, let's
well,
be clear. It
but
wasn't
Wait,
good.
I
even if you
disagree,
but even
but
but even if you think that 9, like, if you're like, "Oh, yeah, this is as bad as 9," 9 got 4 nominations, Penelope Cruz scraped in at the end.
It was
Of course,
great.
it missed picture.
Yeah, no, I don't and also, like, I just wanna I'm sure we're all aware of this, but warn about, like, online chatter not being the real world. I've never doubted for a second that Wicked for Good is secure in the Best Picture race, and Jazz actually spoke to the person who wrote the adaptation. I just saw that article
Winnie
today.
Holzman,
Which one, Winnie Holzman or Winnie Holzman? Because she's there twice.
Is she really?
She's credited
she
twice. It's written by Winnie Holzman and Dana Fox,
Nina
right?
Fox? Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Winnie adapted
Um,
the book to the musical,
she
so
did
maybe that's why
the
full
Broadway
credit.
musical.
Yeah. Something I thought
Um,
was
but
interesting
it's
is,
just
has John Chu been very open about saying he kind of toned down the sexuality for As Long As You're Mine, and she said she amped it up?
well, what she said was that she wanted the slow burn. She didn't want them running in there and ripping their clothes off. That's kind of what she was like, I wrote it as that, like where he explores her layer, and I think John was also aligned with that. Whereas if you've seen the Broadway show or any iteration of the production, they are literally like on the floor embracing and like ripping their clothes off, and that's both of kind of what they just didn't want to
Mm.
do, which I think it works, but other
I
people
do
will
too,
be
yeah.
like, no, they
By the
want
way
the clothes ripping.
the way Jazz just said he explores her lair.
I know.
Mm.
It was very, very British of you.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's like we're
So,
there in the innuendo. Anyway, um, no, I think I agree with you, Clayton. I think it's going to do well
oh, it'll
with
be
the
fine.
guilds and the crafts
Yeah.
because every screening that has been held, you can't get into. So
Yeah.
it's like people still want to see it. There's doing multiple viewings. The artisans love it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
just
I've never for
see.
a second thought it was in trouble. I mean, it's still yeah.
Yeah. I mean, will it do I think it repeating 10 nominations might be a little tough. It can, but it will be tough. Like, I think it lands probably somewhere around Barbie. That makes sense.
So
Like, 8.
you still don't have John Chu,
Yeah.
though, as a director?
No, and you know what? Like, and I had him for a little bit because I thought people would just, like, kinda see it as one movie and then just wanna give him something in the end, but he also just stepped into probably one of the most competitive director
Oh
races
my
in the last 10.
god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh my can we push
crazy.
some of those directors into supporting actress?
I
Because
know.
frankly
Can we category fraud this as either VFX artists? Because this is not fun
and I
to
keep
predict.
saying this, like, this
It's
is
gonna
no slight
be yeah.
wonderful supporting actresses who but I just feel like the people who are getting buzz, it's centered on, like, only, like, 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, it always, like, rises up, the buzz rises up, and it centers around 2 or 3 people, and, I mean, listen, like, in director, Paul Thomas Anderson, Chloe
Mhm.
Zhao is what I feel the most comfortable saying, and then I feel softer, but still will say it with my chest, Ryan Coogler, and after that, go with Jesus.
Hmm.
I
Wait.
I think I feel pretty good about Guillermo right now, that could shift.
Mm.
And I
I feel
just
good about Frankenstein for sure, but Guillermo, give me. I have him in, but let me see what the Thanksgiving holiday
yeah.
brings.
The
Yeah, we
thing
got a
with
long way to
Guillermo
go.
is that he's so loved. He is
Yeah,
really loved, but yeah, we'll see.
And I can see the director's branch, like, really showing up for him, even if well, I think it's getting into picture, but, like, if that was ever a question, that sometimes directors get in without their movies. Although, I don't know if that's happened since we moved to 10 movies. Clayton would probably know right off the top
wait,
of
lone directors?
Yeah.
Wait, a straight 10?
Yes.
I don't think
I just gave you a column. Go with God.
Wow, Jesus and God in this conversation. There's a lot of religion going on here. I
we're a
do feel
Christian
like
nationalist podcast now.
I feel like I'm hearing a lot more people talk about Frankenstein. I think because a lot of people I've talked to went and saw it on the
Yeah.
big screen, and it really made a difference. I still don't have the
Yeah.
patience to sit and watch for three hours or however long. Just like I'm kind of dreading Avatar. I just
It's
can't.
not long. You sit there and you probably watch, like, 8 hours of Pluribus in one sitting, and you're gonna complain
It's
about
true.
a 2.5-hour movie.
I
It's
guess
very true.
yeah, it's a good point.
In the in the straight 10 era, by the way, there has not been a lone director. When we had a sliding scale, we did,
Yeah.
but not straight 10.
I always think of
Okay.
Foxcatcher and Bennett Miller, you
Yeah.
know?
Well,
Yeah.
'cause I was thinking of Thomas Vinterberg, and I couldn't remember if that was straight 10, and then it was not, it was sliding scale.
What's the opposite of straight 10? Straight 5?
Uh, the sliding scale, but straight 10 it would be LGBTQ 10.
God, I opened up the door for that one.
Mm, dad
Mike,
jokes
I'm hanging
time.
out too much with Mike. That's what it is.
I know you guys were walking this weekend. Jazz and I were working. Come on.
I
Listen,
know.
walking is
Mike
work. So much work.
I was giving
Mike,
Exactly.
have you
myself
seen any
bangs.
movies since the last time?
Since the last time
I've
we
got to ask
talked,
you.
uh, I'm
Since
trying
the
to
last time we
think.
spoke.
He's been you know what?
I've been walking. I've
Michael,
been
have you
walking.
seen The Long Walk?
Uh,
You should see The Long
I
Walk.
lived the long walk.
Yes, exactly.
But, yeah, no, I need to catch up on some movies. I've
Do
been,
you know what movie?
catch up on more
Yeah, go
TV, so what were you saying, Clayton?
Oh, well, whatever that is. Can I just say, by the way, a movie that's opening this weekend that is really good that no one's talking about because I don't think anyone knows it's even opening this weekend. I love Eternity.
It's great.
I love that movie, and I love Davine Joy Randolph in that movie so
I
much.
mean, yeah.
I'm going to stomp for that. It's a throwaway vote on a ballot I'm gonna submit probably soon, and I don't care. I think she's incredible. I think that movie's so good, and it's again, it's back to Janelle's, uh, theme. It's wholesome, positive, afterlife television movie, like, not television
Weirdly
movie.
life affirming for
Yes,
a yeah. That's what I
makes
was
you
I was
believe in
talking
love.
about Life of Chuck, and I was saying how for a movie about the end of the world, it's oddly life affirming.
But, yeah, Mike, let me ask you something because you don't know even know the movie. What
Yeah.
if you were to die and then go
Oh my
to a
god.
place where you could choose an eternity. Yeah, and choose an eternity that you could go to, which you could have, like, anything you wanted that could make you happy. What eternity would you choose? What's the theme of that eternity?
9
Uh
hours of pluribus.
I know. A Ray Seymour in eternity. No, but with Michael Schneider.
I mean, I'd be surrounded by music probably, like,
And
recorded
TV guide
music
and TV
and TV
guides.
guides and, just a whole radio station set up. So I would just, I would just be a DJ. I would just
Mm,
be a radio DJ. That's my heaven.
that's on brand.
And
Yeah. Ho
guns everywhere,
how about you
Well,
guys? Ooh,
as
this is an
far as the eye
interesting
can see.
idea. So let's what would your heaven be?
I'd be in Springfield to Simpsonsville.
Ooh. Have you
mm,
played
Just be
the, ha
Springfield, US.
have you played the Fortnite, Springfield this month? Because Fortnite's turned into, The Simpsons,
Michael Schneider.
land. Yeah.
If there's 2 things people should know about me, that's I love The Simpsons and I love
Yes.
games. So, yes,
You have been.
I've
Okay.
actually I don't know if anyone follows my social media, but I have this new game called Ouija Manor that comes with a little haunted house you build, and this thing has become my obsession. But once in a while, I break away to, um, to play Fortnite.
There you go.
I never knew this about Janelle. I play Grand
Come
Theft Auto.
on!
I play Grand Theft Auto 6, and not 6 because there's no 6, it's not out, 5, and that's my therapy. I just go and slaughter people online. It's
I
great.
have a
Oh
Simpsons
my
video
god,
game
the
in my
things we're
office,
learning.
Yeah.
like an old standing machine.
I used to have this,
Uh,
video game when I was growing up called Virtual Bart, and it was on, Sega Genesis. I used to play that all the time. I love Virtual Bart.
um, Jazz, what is your heaven?
Your eternity? Is it England?
Wet and
Maybe,
cold.
maybe a castle in Scotland would be my eternity.
That's on brand too.
Alright, what do
Just
we,
in just in the middle, yeah.
as we're, Thanksgiving weekend, our annual what we're, thankful for, entertainment
Oh,
related
shoot.
especially, but doesn't have to necessarily be. So what are we giving thanks
Um
for around the table this weekend?
I feel like it's a good time to say we're thankful for jobs because it's
Mm,
Thanksgiving for a lot of people
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thankful for jobs.
Stay thankful for
Yep,
variety.
Yeah, thankful
Thank
for
you,
jobs.
yep.
variety.
Um, oh, you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out because her last day was this week. I'm thankful for Tanya Garcia from our music team, who was the
Yeah.
Yes.
best. I
Yep.
my little Latina sister going to go grow up somewhere else. She's the best.
She was so great.
make
Yeah.
it sound like she's dying,
She's
though.
still alive.
Yeah, she's dead to me. Once you leave these doors, I don't call you anymore, that's it.
So great.
Well,
We
like
miss
I
her.
tell everyone who leaves variety, you always come
You'll be
back.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all come back.
Mike, you know, when she told me that she was leaving, I literally quoted you to her. I was like, "Listen, Mike Schneider would tell you, it's a rite of passage. You leave, you come right back.
Yeah.
So whatever, get it out of your system now.
Exactly. Take a few years,
See you
find
in like 5
yourself, and
years."
then come on back
Come
because
back.
variety has been around since 1905 and it will continue to be around.
Yep.
Yes, very thankful for that. And thankful for Pluribus.
This podcast brought to you by Pluribus.
Yep.
Thank you to Vince Gilligan
And Waymo.
and
And
Waymo,
Waymo.
which could be one and the same.
Is there a Waymo?
Waymo is the
Wait, wait, wait. Is there a Waymo in Pluribus?
Quite possibly. But
I'm trying to think. I don't think
you know,
so.
the thing is, no one's driving cars anymore because they have no reasons to get around. Now they're just at home. Honestly, I don't know what the hive mind does most of the time. Now that they're all of one mind.
Did the finale happen yet of Pluribus?
No, not yet.
No, I'm gonna watch over winter break, but I do want to ask you guys: is there a line where someone says "Get off my pluribus," or is it said at all?
No one says pluribus. It is never. We never get a title moment.
This is why Clayton
I'm gonna
loves
send
movies
you
that are like,
back to the future.
Yeah,
and that's
2.
how we became the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Who?
For
Who?
my
Yeah.
Good grateful. Oh, I know what it was. It was good Stephen King adaptations because we have endured some really bad Stephen King adaptations over the years, and there's no less than 3 great ones between The Long Walk and Life of Chuck. This podcast now brought to you by The Life of Chuck.
Mm.
But also, Welcome to Derry, I think is fantastic on HBO.
Ooh, I need to watch that too.
Oh god, it is effed up, man. Those kid actors are phenomenal. And also, we finally
Isn't
have
that opening sequence?
Oof, yes.
Sorry, I was gonna say the opening episode of Welcome to Derry, which I haven't yet seen, features like a really crazy birthing scene.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I kept
Yeah.
thinking they'll cut away at some point. No. Oh, and also we had The Monkey earlier this year. I'm embarrassed to admit I haven't seen The Running Man, so I don't know. I can't speak to its quality. I've heard some people who really love it and some people who don't.
Well, I mean, we're in peak Glenn Powell times, but we're also in peak children in peril times. I don't know if we needed so much in television and film about kids being kidnapped or dying, or there's just a
Dead
lot of
kids, yeah.
lot
Dead
of
kid era.
yeah.
A lot of dead
Peak
kids.
Hashtag peak dead kids. I don't
Yeah, but
know
or
if
that
that's a
came
great
from
trend. Not a great trend, but all right. We live in dark times. All right, who we
Well,
got this week, Clayton?
This week, we have this wonderful up and comer that I think you guys will start seeing him around. Michael B. Jordan.
Amazing.
Michael B. Jordaning.
Yep, he's not the Chicago Bull, but
Star of Space Jam.
Yep, Star of Space Jam.
I
That's what he's known
actually
for.
laughed out loud at his cameo in Space Jam. I absolutely loved
Yep.
that.
And alongside him is the very tall and beautiful Renate Reinsve, which I learned how to say her name on the episode.
Good.
Oh,
we need to
we
we
love
need to
it.
know how to pronounce that correctly.
I just said it wrong. Reinsve.
Reinsve.
That's how you say it.
Oh, and then we'll all see Avatar by this time next week.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
be able
We're
to
seeing
talk
Avatar
about
on
it.
Monday. 3 hours and 25 minutes of
I was gonna say you're
Can't
gonna have
wait.
to like pencil in the entire week to watch it, right? You'll be watching it from Monday right up to Thursday.
Yep, I'll be in New York on Monday for the Gotham Awards, and I'm seeing it at 10:30 in the morning Eastern
Oh
time.
boy, which will really be 7:30
Wow.
your time.
Correct. Thank you
And
for noticing.
I'm sure we don't need to mention that Zootopia 2 opens this weekend because it's going to be insane.
I need to see it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I know. I need to see it. I need to
It's
see
Why
it.
did they
really
call it
good.
Zootopia
Michael,
2?
That
So
actually,
you put the
no,
2 in the
that's a
middle.
good idea. Listen, let me.
I like that you explained it. Like I didn't get it.
We're gonna end. No, we're gonna end with this real quick because this is very important. Because the Michael Jackson movie is coming out, right? It's called Michael, and there's rumors that it's going to be 2 movies. And I said this publicly. They're doing it wrong if they don't call that first movie Michael and that second movie Jackson. Like, tell me,
Genius.
it doesn't just write itself. Like, come on.
No,
or
why don't you?
genius.
No, you call the first
Michael.
one Off the Wall and the second one Thriller, right?
But we already have the first title, Michael. They can't change it now.
Fine.
Costs so much
All right.
money.
Wow, even Clayton shot down that dad joke.
All right,
Well,
all
you
right.
can't-
I'll leave it with Zootopia. I'm looking forward to that. So
Zootopia is a good one, though. I like that.
have
It's
a
fun. That's-
great weekend, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
After the break, Center star Michael B. Jordan. From Los Angeles, this is the Variety Award Circuit Podcast. And we're back. It's the Variety Award Circuit Podcast. I'm Michael Schneider. In Ryan Coogler's Sinners, set in 1930s Jim Crow-era Mississippi, Michael B. Jordan plays twin brothers navigating a world where survival and ambition collide with supernatural forces. It's a role that demanded everything from the actor and showcased depths we haven't seen before. Jordan and Coogler have built one of modern cinema's most consistent actor-director partnerships, from Fruitvale Station to Black Panther to the Creed franchise. But Sinners represents something different. It's a creative swing that asks Jordan to stretch in ways he never has before. Variety Chief Awards editor Clayton Davis sat down with Jordan to talk about working with his longtime collaborator Coogler, challenging himself with Sinners and what his next ventures will be, including Miami Vice and the Thomas Crown Affair. Clayton began by asking how he's holding up given everything going on in the world.
How am I?
Yeah.
I've been gone for a year. Pre-production, developing, shooting Thomas Crown Affair. I got back 48 hours ago, and I'm back, and I'm in this.
Did it fly?
Huh?
Did it fly?
Did the time fly?
Yeah. Or
yes and no. I mean, it's the second hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life outside of this performance in Sinners with Smoke and Stack.
Mhm.
But as far as directing, producing, writing, acting in a major motion picture, and luckily enough, living in the UK in London for the past year, I guess ignorance is bliss in some capacity. So missed the being 10 toes down in North America. I didn't get a opportunity to kind of feel, I guess, maybe some of the things that everybody's been feeling, living here. So I've been whisked from room to room, microphone to microphone, question to question since I gotten back. So just got an opportunity to chill my niece and nephew last night for a few hours.
Tell me about Uncle Mike. I want to know how Uncle Mike is, man.
Uncle Mike could just show up as is, you know what I mean? And I could just, play with them and, what Pokemon is he into and what coloring books do I need to, what I'm saying, go get and what.
Listen, we can say that we keep this between us. Do you think your favorite uncle?
Gotta be Uncle Mike. Yeah,
there you go.
Rile him up, wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
Have that confidence, brother. You deserve that.
Me and my brother, we'll fight. We'll duke it out for it. But it's been good to get back. See my family. I haven't seen in in a long time. So that's been great.
Well done.
Great.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
I'm sure this will be the easiest interview you have on your doc because I'm a good interview. You and Ryan Coogler have built what I have estimated to be one of the most consistent actor-director collabs in modern filmmaking. I think when you guys work together, it really is magic. What struck you most about your first read of Sinners, and what did Ryan want from you that maybe you hadn't done before?
I think what struck me at first when you pitched me the project, even before I read it, was his personal connection of why he wanted to tell the story and what it meant to him, through his relationship with his Uncle James and blues music, and how that evolved and transformed into the story set in 1930s Jim Crow era down in Mississippi, even though it was shot in Louisiana. It was it felt like a different muscle from Coog. It felt like a different, something that he wanted to, not something to say, but something he wanted to explore. I think going from, the franchises that he's been used to doing over the past, 10 years. I think, I felt like he wanted to do something for him, fully. And I felt that passion and it made me excited about it. And then after reading the script, I mean, it was a fast read. It was a hell of a read, took me through all the emotions of, laugh, cry, you get upset, inspired, left me in awe a lot of times. And I read the script a few times. And then when he was describing the twin element, that I would be playing twins, that was the thing that I guess give me the most anxiety, but at the same time, I was the most excited about, what that could be like, the possibility of what that could feel like, and shit, how are we gonna get it done? But from, I know Ryan wanted to push me outside of my comfort zone, and
that's the way to do it.
Do something I haven't done before. And this is the right, point in my life. at that point, this is the most grown character I think characters that I've had an opportunity to play. Fully developed men. There's no boy coming to man, boy to man story. These guys identify themselves as who they are. They're not changing.
Yeah.
Besides the inevitable that
Yeah.
happens.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
But other than that, they're going to be who they were. So I was really excited at getting that opportunity to be like, feel really adult, feel very grown, playing characters that, so it felt good to be fully developed man.
I was gonna say, like, you definitely, I think, it's a weird way to maybe describe this, but definitely feel like you stretched your muscle. Like this was, again, I'm a Michael B fan, so like, I saw you on the film side blaze out in Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, and Just Mercy, and then now I felt like the way I described it was like he's clearing his throat now, like he hasn't yet begun to sing, and that made me feel good because I think Kate Hudson said this to me recently. She says Hollywood loves to put you in a box and see you as one way, and then you have to fight to say, hey, I can do other stuff. So I've been very happy to see you get the opportunity to do that. So did you feel like you were stretching? You feel like you were flexing a bit, showing some of those different?
I think I got the opportunity to put some things on display that, look, I'm not, I can't sit here and like go down my list of attributes and be like, I got that, I got that, I got that, I got that, I got that. But I think, to be able to be in a world where, it's a period piece and, you have, Southern, accent and dialect and, you have, these other fantastical elements that play into it and the duality of playing two people, two brothers, so for me, it was an opportunity to see where my limits lie. That's something about me that I'm always trying to see what's next, what's the next challenge, what can I, how do I grow? And this was definitely an opportunity for me to get a little uncomfortable. And find the comfortability in being uncomfortable, and this project through and through, on so many different levels challenged me. It was the first movie that I had an opportunity to do after directing my first film. And the gear shifts that happened from, those 2.5, 3 years to this one, was interesting to see how that manifests itself, like on set and different nuances, of working with my longtime collaborator, Ryan Coogler, the other actors, the other department heads, and this new kind of dynamic evolved from that. And it's something that, say all that to say, one of the main things that Ryan told me, that upon pitching, it was like, yo, bro, I don't want you to think about nothing else but the performance. Like, turn off the producer side, turn off the director side, turn off all that, and just like, I want you to give me everything on this. And that was another challenge to be like, okay, let's go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you, and that's what it needed. That's what needed to happen in order for me to give these characters a fair shot at being something that not just work, but could bring his vision completely to life, which was a swing, which was a creative swing as a film,
So, totally. I'm so glad you brought that up because on its face and like the simplistic way, again, that's when we write about the movies, we have to kind of dumb it down for people sometimes and be like, oh, it's a horror movie. It's about vampires, right? And that's a simplified way to do it. When I saw it, man, I was just like I couldn't. I remember there happens sometimes when I watch a movie, I'm like halfway through and I'm like, I can't believe what I'm watching at the moment. Like I'm like, oh, like when it does the whole musical sequence, I couldn't believe I was witnessing it, and I get so much in my own head that I know I'm witnessing a moment in film history that I have to remember forever, and then I end up not being able to really pay attention. Like, it happens every time, man. I've seen the movie like 3 or 4 times now, and it really is remarkable. But I think with this cast especially, Delroy. Haley Steinfeld was on this podcast. She was my second episode of the season.
Haley?
Haley, yeah. She talked a lot of bad stuff about you. I stuck up for you the whole time. I got you back, man. I was like, don't talk about Mike like that. Don't talk about Mike.
Oh, man,
yeah.
thanks for
No, she's actually the best. But yeah, like Woomy, Miles Caton, man, like every time I read a lot about diversity in movies, and every time I get in my feelings and my glass is half empty about the future of cinema, I see a Miles Caton, I'm like, oh, black cinema is okay. We're going to be all right. Because Miles Caton is here now. We're going to be okay. But like, where do we find him? Like, he's on loan from heaven? Like, what do we do?
You know what? Like, we have an incredible casting director, Francine Maisler. You know, she worked with...
Also guests on the show this year.
Francine?
Hell yeah, man. Like, legend.
Yeah.
We were like, come on. We have a casting Oscar now? You can come here. Come talk to us. It was amazing.
Francine's fantastic, and working with her, I think it was our second or third time working with Francine, and being able to discover these, you know, hidden gems and you know, these talented individuals that, you know, from different genres, different mediums of art that can help tell the story. And Miles, you know, there's no way you can sit there and tell me this is his first movie.
I mean, like,
you know, his first
like
time,
liar.
his first audition tape, you know, liar. Yeah, okay, great. But no, just the way he came in such a pro, and you know, granted, he, you know, has been on professional, you know, tours with the artist her, and there's a certain level of professionalism and artistry and curiosity, but also, like, you know, discipline that comes in to that world. And he transferred that over into acting and this preparation. Learned how to play guitar in a couple months. I mean,
wait,
like,
he didn't know?
Oh yeah, no, he never played a guitar, so he learned how to play.
No,
he's
just
too talented. Man. He's gotta be lying.
Such a method actor thing to do. Like, I never played an instrument before. I didn't even know how to sing or speak,
bruh. and he has a voice that doesn't match his. Like, you don't expect him to, like, once he started singing or even just talking. You know what I mean? Like, it's like. So you know, he's incredible, and Haley's fantastic. Like Delroy, you know, Wumi, you know, Lily,
Jack.
Jamie, Jack.
Even Jack. Evil is,
bruh, we everybody showed up and showed out, put the time in, and we became a family. Like, you know, that's what, you know, when Ryan makes films, and, you know, we create that environment, you know, and we want to create a space for people to come in and to be the best versions of themselves and do the best work they can. So we want to create a space so that you could take those chances and those swings the right way.
Done. I also am a place where you get useless facts, but I like to drop some facts and some figures and stats as the awards guy for Variety. The reason why you're sitting here and why I invited Haley on, we have Francine on, I think this movie is going to be huge. Like, embracing not so much just tied to the rich diversity that's in it, but also the genre, because horror is not usually something that the Academy tends to do, but something I'm really excited about the potential anyway, and knock on wood, you know, because Hollywood could do me wrong sometimes, but there have been 6 black men nominated for Best Director in Oscar history. 6. Last one was Spike Lee, Black Klansman. I've been really thinking about it this year. And we've only had even one black person win original screenplay, which is Jordan Peele.
Original screenplay,
Get Out. Spike won adapted. Barry Jenkins won adapted.
Oh yeah, got you. Yep, I was thinking about Precious.
Oh, Jeffrey Fletcher. Yes, he's adapted.
He's adapted.
Yeah, adapted. Yeah.
Okay, good.
But you know your Oscar. You do though.
No.
Listen, I knew who I'm breaking bread with. This is good. Sure. Big upset that night, by the way. He wasn't supposed to win, quote unquote, and he did. So good for you. But yeah, originally we only have Jordan Peele.
Got it.
But like, I think this movie's gonna do, like, I think Ryan Coogler could really make some history here, man. Like, I'm just like, this could be about time. And you yourself as a director now, you know, did Creed, which is great, by the way, and not always a given that actor turned director is actually going to do a good job. And you did a great job. So thank you for that. I don't have to shit on you. I was like, get very nervous about that, man.
Don't worry. There's another one coming up. I give you some more room. Don't worry about it, man. There's one more coming up, another year.
Yeah. But what do you think about the potential of that, man? And the fact that it would be Coogler, because for me, it feels like not only is it going to be, like, if it was, not only is it Coogler, it's like a guy from the block.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like someone I knew. Like, I feel like I know.
Look, I want the best for him. Like I want the world for Ryan Coogler. You know, I think he, you know, biasedly or, you know, whatever you want to call it, unbiased. I think he's fucking fantastic. He's the one of the realest humans I know. Unapologetically who he is. You know, a man of his word, you know, an amazing husband, amazing father, amazing friend and collaborator. I think his level of detail and personalization and specificity that he tends to create, along with the empathy that goes into his work and his art, I think is what is food for the soul. I think it's the food that people I think need. I think it's leaving our industry in a better place. The more movies that he makes, because the more stories he tells, the more talent that seems to be inspired by him, to double down on the things that they care about and the stories that they want to tell, that ultimately makes things more diverse, that makes things feel more human, you know? And I think, you know, and he typically won't, not saying he doesn't like, you know, compliments, you know what I'm saying? But
No, it's fair. It's hard for him to hear a compliment.
Big time. And he stays in the back, you know what I'm saying? He stays out the way, and I understand it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like that too. But whenever I get an opportunity to sing his praises, because I think it's really important for him to get his flowers, man. Like it mean, you know, that
it's up to us to lift him up, and he'll lift us up the same way.
It's one of the main reasons, you know what I'm saying, why, you know, I'm pushing the way I'm pushing, or, you know, with all this is for him and this movie as a whole and the rest of the cast. I think, man, I watched everybody pour into this project, you know, and how hard it was for us to make this movie. You know, so I want everybody that took the time away from their family, you know what I'm saying, and to come down here to make a movie with us. I want them to get all the love and the respect and the props they deserve.
Good man, Michael B.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about some future projects. This is always worth it.
Yeah.
You know, so there's this little movie called Miami Vice, evidently, with Austin Butler.
Heard about that.
Yeah, you heard about that.
Yeah,
I saw Austin Butler at the Governor's Awards too, and then I saw you, and I looked at him, and I looked at you, and I was like, you know, when are you guys gonna stand around each other? I never saw you guys actually together. I'm sure you said hi to each other, but what's going on, man? What's up with Miami Vice? What's going on with Miami Vice, man?
Hey, man, you know, there's, you know. You know, for me, I've fortunately been in the middle of a lot of conversations around projects over the years. You know, in the middle of, you know, potential casting and projects here and there. But one thing that it just tells me that at least people are thinking about me and considering for, like, you know, for these roles and whatnot. And I think Miami Vice, you know, is a great story. You know, Michael Mann, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the originator that set the tone, that was freaking amazing. And, you know, it's a fun world. So, you know, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I like that. So you mentioned it already. Thomas Crown Affair just wrapped.
Yeah, man.
Okay. That's how we listen. And I love, like, hot take, because I don't know if people feel like this overall.
What?
I really like the remake version of the 90s, the Pierce Brosnan one. Dude, people shit on it so much. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm like, because you know what? I think his 007 like really like ruined it for a lot of people, and it was like something else too close to it. I think that really hindered.
Well, he played Bond first.
I think they're like a year apart, or so, I don't know which one came first. I think one is like 95, 96 or something like that.
So if it's 95, then I'm gonna say that if you're saying Bond, Brosnan was 99 when he did.
GoldenEye is 95. Yeah.
Got it.
I think it was really close,
Got
and
you.
I think people just weren't ready for. And GoldenEye also gave us the best video game of all time.
Oh my God! What? Oddjob?
N64, man.
He was a cheat code playing as Oddjob. Yeah. That was oh man, countless nights, man.
Oh,
yeah.
See, this is why I get sad, man, because I start thinking about like the 90s and how
GoldenEye
great it was. It was great. But all right, what are you bringing here? You getting Pierce Brosnan back? Here's just invite him on to walk.
Man, listen, Brosnan is fantastic, man. I'm such a big fan of him and Renee and Frankie Faison, and just like that whole movie was great. You know, so funny thing. So 99, the Brosnan version was the one I grew up watching, and I was like, oh man, this is great. I love this. You know, and I was like, 13, 14. You know, obviously like the whole love thing kind of went over my head a bit, but as far as the art, the slickness, the wish fulfillment. Just I grew up, Newark, New Jersey. You went to New York a lot, but never.
That's also why I like you. I'm from New York, New Jersey too. Yeah.
Newark.
Well, so I was born in the Bronx and I lived in Jersey City.
Okay,
but I used to teach in Elizabeth, and
Okay.
so we're from the
Yeah,
same. We know.
same place, bro.
Yeah.
Same area.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to a lot of museums growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
But when I watched that movie, I was like, I kind of saw a side of New York that I guess I didn't see before.
We never made it to the Met.
Nah, never made it to it.
Yeah.
But my mom's an artist. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up around, paints and canvases and and upholstery and leather dyeing and all these, just artistic world, at my house growing up. So I had a love and appreciation of an artist's journey before I even became an artist myself. Which is
So it's,
really
when you look at those, you're like, oh, that's why I love this stuff. Like you see the bones.
It was
every
ingrained
time.
to me at a very, very young age, with not really understanding how much that was going to influence my taste and the things that I cared about when it came as far as art is concerned. So anyway, watch that movie. Every time it's on, it's there, got it. Years later, I go back and I realize that, oh, wow, this Steve McQueen did it in '68.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, cool. Let me check this out. Whoa, wow, okay, great. They done away. Whoa, okay, what is this? Oh, man, this is dated in the late '60s. They getting away with that? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Go through that whole process, and it still stuck with me, even editorially, the way they did the split screen and all that stuff like that, which was like the first of its kind. You know what I'm saying? I really set the tone in the late '60s. Fast forward, I do Creed, MGM, look through their library. They say, yo, what you want to do next? I'm like, oh, man, I got Thomas Crown. Like, I need that. You know what I'm saying?
You went that.
Let me figure
Gimme.
that out. Yeah, and I've been lightly, pushing and developing over the years. And for me, the biggest thing was just like, I didn't want it to be a reboot or a remake. I really want to reimagine it. So it was like a reimagination of what it is. If I understand, and also what I liked about it, it didn't have too much baggage. It was just enough time and gap between generations where I felt like there's a lot of...
It's almost like original story without, like, it's IP, but it's not James Bond.
With crazy expectations that no matter what I do,
people are going to shit on you.
It's nah, this is just far removed enough where people that know, and people that don't, it's like, oh, this is like...
It's the same thing with Miami Vice, weirdly. I think it's a little bit in that zone, too.
It's the only reason why that one made me feel like, in a sense of, if whoever does that, in that version of it, is good, is there's such a familiar actor canon that's there that still feels very, very, very relevant today.
They're still around.
You know what I'm saying? That feels interesting enough. But when it comes to Thomas Crown, there's like this idea of the first two films were these two rich white dudes that were stealing because they were pretty much bored.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And 2025, 26, 27, I might want to see somebody that's rich getting away just stealing because they can.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more. This one's a bit more personal, and the stakes are a lot higher, on in this one. So I would say that, but expect all the things that fashion, you know what I'm saying, the wish fulfillment,
some good fits coming,
some good stuff, phenomenal.
Who's your costume? Did you get Ruth?
Got Ruth Carter.
Got Ruth Carter. Of course you did. Of course you did. Like you're not allowed. You're not allowed to do it without Ruth.
Yeah,
so
no, it's we got the Queen, that and an incredible cast, Audria and Kenneth Branagh and Palou and Denai and yeah, man, it really
it's family reunion time.
It's good.
I like it.
It's a good time.
All right. IMDb's always lying, so I just want to make sure. Are you currently filming Danny Boyle's movie? Or it's listed as filming on IMDb, and I was like, I don't think I knew.
Boyle,
Methuselah?
No. Oh, Danny. No. See, that's a project that's that's
not happening.
That's just been around.
This is why we need IMDb to be updated.
Yeah,
it says you're filming it right now.
No.
It says you're currently filming. So there you go.
No.
That's why we're able to clear things up. Just like Miami Vice. All right. I gotta ask, Creed 4.
Yeah, eventually.
Oh, so
eventually,
we're gonna do it.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. I think it's a franchise that, listen, man, it's been really, really kind to me, in a big way. And I love MGM and Irwin Winkler and everything that they got going on. And I think there's a bit more story to be mined through that. Do I want to be look, in the ring boxing, for the next 15 years, not so much, you know what I'm saying? But I think there's clever ways, and I think there's interesting characters that we've established that we might want to see where that goes, and some introductions to some new ones that I have in mind that I still might be able to get a couple really good swings out of the franchise a bit more.
Okay.
Spinning off doing Delphi, the television show that's picked up over at Amazon. So you'll be seeing different of the Creedverse, I like to call it. You'll be seeing these little bit IPs that are gonna keep the universe alive without it being completely relying on
Just
me to push it through the finish line every time.
You're gonna be a boxer every time. You'll be adjacent.
Can't wait to be, saying, a Mickey.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And Tessa Thompson was there too. So it was like you guys were all just hanging out.
Fantastic.
Love
Tessa.
I got
love.
I'll fight somebody for Tessa.
She knows that. She knows.
I will get mad and be like, damn it, I gotta fight somebody now.
Okay, cool. It's worth it though.
You gotta do it. I know, obviously, you're not gonna say anything because no one's saying anything. But Black Panther 3?
Yeah, Coog's doing that next.
Yeah, good. You? No? Maybe a little bit?
I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing tonight.
All right, that's good. You're good at this, man. Good media training for you. All right, last bit, quick game. It's a rapid fire. Based on people you work with, I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite performance from them? But you can't choose the movie that you actually worked with them on. So first thing that comes to mind, and I'm giving you the leeway to know this is the first thing that comes to mind. You may come up with a better answer later. I won't be there to hear it, but you got it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong because I do that. Tessa Thompson, start off from you get.
I'm gonna say, this is controversial. It's crazy. I want to say this is she's gonna hate me for this, but I really, really enjoyed it because I wanted to see where it went. I'll say Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Only because I wanted to see where it went. I really thought that she had an opportunity
to do some stuff.
Yeah, if they would have ran it back one more, I feel like she would have had more room to freaking hold it down, and I feel like it's an IP that she could hold down. Anyway,
so you can go in and pick that one up next, and then just put her in it, man. My answer is Passing or Dear White People.
Passing is incredible.
She's so great at passing, man. This is a hard one, usually for anyone, but Denzel.
Well, we never worked together. We corrected me.
Yeah.
Man.
It's right if it's the most obvious answer.
No, because that's you can't go everybody wants to see Malcolm. It is. No, it is. But it's like.
But you're like. But we can.
I really liked him in Inside Man. I really liked him in Inside Man.
Fence is a good.
But I'm gonna say Malcolm X is the one that he should have got everything for.
What? Jesse Plemons.
I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna say Game Night.
It's a controversial answer.
Is it? That movie's fucking great.
Dude, I watch. It's my go-to plane movie.
It's
to watch
great.
on an airplane. I
can crack the fuck up with
so
that.
much.
Yeah.
He is fucking incredible in that movie.
Yeah, Jesse's fantastic.
Angela Bassett. It's the boring answer, but you can say it. It's okay.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying something.
You can give the cool answer though.
Well, I mean, what's the Tina Turner story?
What's Love got to do with
What's
it?
Love got to do with it? Yeah,
that's the right answer.
Yeah. But
Waiting to Exhale is also the cool answer.
You know what the wild thing is? As I was thinking through when you asked me that question about Angela, I went to I can't even say that. I'll wait till we get out of there. But yeah, I'm gonna say Waiting to Exhale.
All right, good. All right, and last one. It's not it's a rapid fire, but it's not a favorite. The person you haven't worked with yet but are dying to, and then someone you would resurrect to work with for a movie from classic cinema.
Somebody that Leo.
I
really want to work with Leo.
Okay, like it. And that person that you would resurrect to work with tomorrow from classic cinema.
Sydney.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sydney.
See, I went so inappropriate. I went for big headlines. I was like Marilyn Monroe, man. You Marilyn in a rom-com.
I mean, give me Sydney or give me Dorothy. Give me Dorothy Dandridge.
Dang, Carol.
Let me die. Give me Dorothy. Give me. Matter of fact, yeah. Sydney, I love you.
Yeah.
You know I love you.
But
give me Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Yeah.
That's Michael B. Jordan, star of Sinners, which is now streaming on HBO Max. In Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value, star Renate Reinsve delivers what may be her most devastating performance yet, playing a woman grappling with her complicated feelings about her late filmmaker father. The role was written specifically for her, building on the deep creative partnership she's developed with Trier since Oslo, August 31st, and solidifying their status as one of modern cinema's most compelling actor-director collaborations. Variety's Clayton Davis spoke to Reinsve about the movies that influenced her, her ambitions as an actor and possible director, and her connection to Mother Earth. Clayton began by asking Reinsve how to pronounce her last name.
We say Reinsve.
Reinsve.
But it's a very funny story because my grandfather, he was actually called Johan Johansson. But there was a thief in his village that was called exactly the same. So the police would keep coming and like thinking it was him that was stealing stuff. So he went to the government to get a name, and they were like, well, what name do you want? And they just like handed out different options, and he picked that one. So it's like almost no one in Norway even that's called Reinsve.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could have been Johansson.
Yeah.
And
like
so it's Reinsve.
thief.
Reinsve.
Yeah. Reinsve.
Reinsve.
Renate Reinsve.
Look at that. See? You taught us the most important things because we've been saying your name wrong for a
For a
little
long
bit.
time.
I know. Correct us. Say, excuse me. And is it Joachim Trier?
Joachim? Yeah.
Joachim? Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, that's.
Is he coming too?
No,
You're practicing
No.
with me?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I see him a ton. I'm always like, hey, you. And then I'm like, afraid to say it.
Hey, you.
And it's
Joachim?
selling Skarsgård, right? It's just pretty like.
Skarsgård.
Is
Yeah.
it
But everyone
Gord?
said that I say Stellan Skarsgård. It's like, oh. But everyone's been saying Skarsgård to all those boys.
You're proving how
difficult it is.
how terrible Americans are, and we just
You are not.
We are. Things are not great here. We're not.
Well,
do you have? Is there somewhere I can live with you in? Do you live in Norway?
Mm-hmm.
I have a wonderful wife who's the best cook I know, and my kids are very well behaved, and we can just hang out for like 3 years, and then we'll come back.
Yeah,
after.
in Norway.
In
Go
Norway.
to Norway. Yeah, you should.
Okay.
It's like.
It's beautiful.
It is. I have been thinking about moving, but then I just keep
You're like,
being
why?
very happy.
Well, okay, let's just start with the most obvious. So you grew up in Norway. You were born in Norway. Grew up in Norway.
Yeah.
How was it like growing up in Norway? Let's get to know you. Like, how did you end up with the acting bug and want to become this great actress?
Well, I just remembered from another interview today that I grew up like, it was a road with some houses. Very few people lived there, and it was surrounded by the forest. So we were like in the forest, and going to school was in the forest. So I naturally started Girl Scouts, and then I was asked to leave.
Why?
Like 2 weeks after. I was just trying to do everything a little bit different. Or I just didn't get why we had to do it that specific way. Why can't a birdhouse have 5 windows?
Yeah.
So
Or an extra door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to be able to get out.
And then they came to me one day and like, you should do something else. They kindly asked me to leave, but they suggested that I start theater. So they kind of
They
like
suggested it.
Yeah.
They were like, you don't listen. Go to the profession that you have to listen the most.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
And then I got a really good teacher when I was young because he lived in a town next to that place where I lived, and he was just luckily there, and he just put so much joy for me into that. So that joy has just been driving me. And I've tried to have other jobs, but I have been asked to leave all of them.
All of them?
All of them.
The only thing you can do is act. Like anything.
The only thing. It's very sad.
What's the last job you got fired from?
Well, I think I moved to Oslo to actually try to get into theater school, and then I worked in a grocery store, and then they asked me to leave there too.
Cashier, or you working in the
I
back?
was organizing the stuff in the shelves and also cashier, like all of it.
And you were like, we can pile these on top. We can stack these on top of each other.
Yeah, you don't do like that. They have to be in that order. And then I don't have a lot of talent for structure.
So you are a rebel.
Yes.
And that is,
but
I like that.
Involuntary rebel.
Oh.
Like I've always tried to be a good girl, but then that stuff just keeps happening. You know what I did on the plane?
Yes. You know, love to know.
I had been to like a party, but I was okay. And then I got through everything to go on my flight to LA. And then this is like how I fuck up my life. I can't say fuck.
Yeah, you can
okay,
curse as much as you want.
But so I was on the plane and I just wanted to check the app if my ESTA was okay. And I managed to cancel it somehow. I didn't notice that I did it, but if I managed to open a new application and then I automatically canceled what I had. And then I came to the customs and they were like, you don't have anything. You don't have.
And you were like,
but you just had one. What happened?
Did you know you had canceled it on the plane? Oh no.
And I was so confused. I was like, what? And they were also very confused, very suspicious. Like, how does someone do that? How stupid can you be? And then they took me to like a back room and five police officers interview. Yeah, and then
like, why are you here?
Yeah, and they debating to send me home or let me stay.
Wait,
and then,
hold on. I need to know. Were you like, listen, I have Oscar buzz for a performance?
No, this was like 3 years ago.
Oh,
yeah.
So was it Oscar buzz for worst person in the world?
No, it was the year after. So I was like invited to stuff because it was the buzz from last year.
Got it.
Yeah.
You were like, I've been in the Oscar race before. Please let me in.
It was so, and then now I keep like on the way here. They saw that and then I was
it's
taking
like a record. It stays
it's there, and they're like, it's so confusing. What happened here? And it's impossible to explain. So I'm there all the time. I watched the baseball match.
You watched the World Series?
Fun. Yeah.
The time of recording is day after Game 7 of the Dodgers. I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And this has been very sad times for us. I grew up in the 90s where the Yankees were amazing and just incredible in 2000s as well. People like Paul O'Neill, who was a Yankee, his dad died, and he played that game and then hit a home run. Like, I've lived in that era, and right now it's really hard to be a New York fan, but I'm very happy for the Dodgers because
it's very generous of you.
It is. I mean, if it was Red Sox, I would not, but I can respect the Dodger fan.
I'm not that into baseball, but I respect your, like,
do you watch football? By football, I mean soccer.
Well, no. I've tried because I've had boyfriends that are really into football, so I've really tried. I've learned names and I've like tried to learn the different like rules, but it doesn't stick to my brain.
You're just like, I don't need to know this.
I have so much space in acting in my brain, but for nothing else.
I mean, that's good. I mean, because you're killing it at that. And
thank you very much.
Let me ask you, what was like some of your early movies that you watched that you were like, this is great. I would love to be in things like this, or movies that just deeply touched you.
I think the first one that really got to me was Mulholland Drive. Really? Lynch. It was just so mysterious and like it hit me in places I didn't know that I had. You know, it's like.
I saw that movie when I was 18 years old and should not have watched it at that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
Like I could not understand the brilliance of it. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, this is kind of boring. And I was 18, I was a stupid 18-year-old. And then like fast forward like 5 years, I watched it. I was like, oh wait, this is a completely different movie. I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
And I can see it. Mulholland Drive will do that to you. Any Lynch film.
Yeah, I think I watched it also too early. And also I read about it online. I was very interested. And then I saw some people had gone crazy trying to understand it. And then I was even more intrigued. Like the power that is in a movie. Yeah.
So that's the one that did it for you.
Yeah, and then I kind of went down that path of seeing like dark, strange movies, and like I was just so into that kind of perspective for a long time. And
so when you finally get the acting bug and you start, obviously you started in Oslo August 31st. That's when some of us learned of you and didn't learn how to say your name properly.
Well, you didn't learn about me then. I had one line.
But you were there. You were there.
I was there.
And then Worst Person in the World was the one that, like, for a lot of us, were like, we fell in love. We were like, oh my God, like Renate where is she? And it's funny, you can actually go back and watch this episode. I was with some of my contemporary Oscar pundits, and we were talking about last year. We were talking about A Different Man because you were great in Different Man.
Oh, thank you.
And we say it on me and Ann Thompson are talking, and we're like, Renata, like her time is coming. Like give her a minute. Like her Oscar moment is coming. We know it's coming, and we're like, it's one that we knew was like 3 to 5 years, and we were off by 1 year because now we're here because you are incredible in the movie in Sentimental Value and Worst Person, but we're here talking about Sentimental Value. It's such a moving performance with a great cast, and it's so deeply emotional. I feel, as someone who had a very tough relationship with his dad, it was a little too real at times. And a lot of that, those issues that I had, I feel like were sitting on your chest the entire movie. Like it seems like any moment you could just burst out in tears, and then you choose like the most specific times to let it out. But did you also feel that, and what did you see? Did you find any connection personally to the character?
Well, actually, after Worst Person in the World, Joachim and I started talking about some different themes and like other traits of characters that we wanted to explore. So he gotten to know me a lot better as an actor and also as a person. So he wrote that role for me. So I was very connected to the role.
Is that the first role that was ever written for you that you know of?
Worst Person was also written for me. Yeah, because we got to know each other a little through also 31st of August, but very little, and like also it's really small, so we saw each other here and there, and then he wrote that based on things he saw and like the small parts he knew about me, but then this was like even a deeper dive into something that we had talked to, and I think it's not like specifically the story or like detailed, like it's not my story, but it is kind of that we share that perspective of how complex things are, and like how subtly you can say something very dramatic about everyday life, and what like small moments contain of drama that for a person, and how difficult it is to communicate those things between family members that are actually pretty similar. And also the sister relationship in that movie is in Sentimental Value is so great because they're not having like an ongoing fight or a big conflict. They just see their own lacks through each other. And I really love that subtleness of Joachim's movies and really exploring those details also then together with the actors when we get on set, but also from the stage where you read the script and then all the way through.
So as we navigate the tale, I'm going to speak in non-spoiler territory, so because not everyone has seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
But the film has these arcs for you as a character, and reconciling her feelings about her father, who's a filmmaker, which very Hollywood story, but it culminates for a lot of people in that final act which everyone's seen the image online, obviously out of context, of when you're laying in bed with your sister and just like hold it. And so many people talk about just losing their faces, all control of their emotions. And that scene, how much did you rehearse that scene? How many takes did you do to nail that?
Yeah, because that was the question, like rehearsing it, because you can't really get to somewhere in rehearsal because then you won't have the event occur when you're on set. So we did talk about it, and we did have we actually did it in the audition with Inga that plays Agnes, and but we never like got through to a place where we kind of landed it. So when we were on set, everyone was kind of nervous because we knew it was a pivotal scene in the movie, and we needed it to contain just a lot of complexity and nuance, and it is very sentimental and emotional, and it's really really need to feel the balance of how far you can go and how much you hold back in those situations, and not like you need to leave space for the audience too, to feel what they're feeling and have their story in there with the movie. That's what I appreciate in performances or when or with movie makers, that they actually leave space for the audience. So we everything that happened that day is in the script, but it also like has some very profound moments that is not in the script. And Joachim is a director. He sits by the camera. He's never behind the monitor, especially not in those big emotional scenes. And then Inga had this instinct, but she was so scared of ruining the scene. So she wanted to climb up in bed, but she didn't do it. And Joachim could feel that she had that instinct. And he said, do it, whispered. And then she climbed up, and then she said, and Joachim could never write that, I love you. And she says it from her authenticity in the scene and from the character. And then my character in the moment answers like she can, which is very hard to say back. And that kind of became the moment. And we did it probably more times, but I think we all knew that was kind of the moment where it came together.
Now you have me thinking, for you, do a lot of the excitement of acting, does it exist in those moments that are never on the page? Is that where it really comes alive for you?
I can be very excited about some scenes, like the opening scene where my character panics. I finally got to do some comedy again.
You're like, I'm really funny, guys. I promise you I'm funny.
I am sad, but I can also be funny. No, but I think that's where me and Joachim meet each other on a deep level, because we really chase both those big emotional scenes in a raw way, but we also try to find something like events. He called them events. I like that word because it's just something happening. And sometimes, and I really love that about him, he doesn't understand what just happened. And he still takes it to the edit and say, we're going to use this. And he finds a way to use it, even though in the moment, it's so hard to explain or have the intellect with you, because you're supposed to be in that raw kind of state where you're just there. So, and he gets actually everyone on set to be in that state. So even the cinematographer, Casper Jackson, he is like the best cinematographer to have on set. He's so leaned in, and he will be in the emotion with you and really. So he also has to jump up on bed to get that image from a good angle and really land and be certain this is what we're getting, and like keep rolling. You know, it's the whole room that makes the scene. It's not just the actors it's the whole room actually.
And hearing you talk about Joachim, which, like, by the way, he's a very nice man. He's the best. I've spent a lot of time with him. He's very, I enjoy hanging out with him. And we see this happen a lot in Hollywood. Obviously, you mentioned David Lynch and Mulholland Drive. Like, he found a muse in Laura Dern for many years. We see what Yorgo having with Emma, and then it's come like. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, like Renate is like his muse right now, and there always is some type of I call it like cinematic soulmate like way that like there's something about the connection between a filmmaker and, I mean, it happened with Scorsese and DiCaprio. Like, he found something in DiCaprio and was just like, this, I can mold you into whatever I need. But I never asked from the actor side, do you feel that same kinship when he calls you and says, I have a role for you? You're like, yes, thank God. So I can actually I can work with him again.
Well, I didn't know how, because it's hard to explain that collaboration, because it's it's very intimate in a way when you find someone that you can express something through, both him and me together. Like, you have the same taste, and it goes on a very deep level. You understand something about the other person and what they want to express, and you just know how to do it because you're kind of the same. And but I just knew he was a great filmmaker when I did Worst Person, so I was just so excited to get to work with him. And then we found that during the shoot of Worst Person, we really it just developed very naturally through that shoot. And then we knew that we had it for Sentimental Value, and then he knew that he could go even kind of deeper into a character with more emotional weight, and he trusted me even more to do that with authenticity and being very, I don't know, grounded in that in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So and to have that trust, you can also go really far. Yeah.
And hearing you speak about, maybe this is a misread, but I'm watching you talk about watching his process, and I feel like maybe just right now, especially as you're sitting here and the way you're sitting, I'm like, there seems to be like, do you have a directing bug in you? Like, do you feel like you're going to direct one day? Do you have this curiosity about it yourself?
I have a lot of curiosity about it. I have, but also like editing and like camera, like all of it.
All that stuff after, all of it.
All of it. I have a lot of, and I did direct some things in the theater when I was like a teenager, and then I just kept getting I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I kept getting just really good roles, so I haven't like gotten to it, but now I've kind of like, I haven't had any times since I did it back then, and then it was a very like teenager like way of doing it.
Yeah.
But and I have so much respect for it. They have to, like, they don't sleep.
Yeah.
Like, good directors don't sleep. Well, the good directors I've talked to, I haven't asked them all.
Yeah.
But I really love to sleep.
Sleeping is...
It's great.
It's the best thing.
The best.
Yeah. I came home last week. I was in Savannah for the film festival, and I got home Friday, and someone asked me to do something on Saturday. I was like, absolutely not. And I slept so long. And it was like, my wife just let me. Like, when I get home from a trip, she's like, I give you the first night, like, you can sleep. And it's one of those, I was just like,
you need
dead.
it.
It was like, I need, it's a pastime.
Yeah.
But directors, like, they're always thinking, I talked to someone about this once. I can't remember exactly who said this, but they were like, I have a curiosity about directing, but I think I could only direct one movie. I can only do it once, because they feel like what directors give of themselves, they couldn't do time and time again. And I wonder, maybe that's a little bit of it for you.
Yeah, it's because I've been curious, and then I've seen up close doing lead roles. Then you see it up close, like how much they have to structure and think about. And what Joachim does so great is that he actually really makes good production. So he's a really good leader, and he's also really good artistically. So to have both of those is like a very rare skill.
Yeah.
And it's just so many details to think about, and knowing when to let go and give someone else the power of a decision, or making that decision yourself. I don't know. And now that I've met so many great directors, I would be so terrified.
Really?
To make something that is like to mean something. Like, you have to have a lot of confidence, because directing is
and
also
surety
so
in yourself. Yeah.
Personal. You're giving a really big portion of yourself, so it's really scary.
And you get a lot of the blame when it goes bad. Like,
all of
it's
it.
like, it depends. Most times it's 90-10.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the work that you've had, obviously you had Armand last year and a Different Man, which I have to say, for the record, because he's been a guest on this podcast and I love him very much, Sebastian Stan is one of the greatest people on the planet.
Yes.
Very, very nice man.
Yeah.
And I think it's weird that, like, now I've met you a few times in person, and I've known Sebastian a couple of years, and I'm like, I could see why you guys worked so well together on that set. And here you're with Stellan, Elle Fanning, who's so great in this, and Inga. There really does seem to be a good familial kind of dynamic between the four of you. Does that happen naturally? Do you have to, like, kind of find it in the process? Like, when did you feel like, all right, these three got my back
Well,
during this.
speaking of directors, because it has a lot to do with the directors and how they put people together and how they lead us into meeting each other and set it up in a way. So, of course, you will have a natural chemistry with someone, and Joachim is very thorough in his casting. So he did a lot of rounds to see the dynamic between the sisters. So if he had chosen someone else, the whole story would have been different. And he saw something very grounded and very authentic in Inga, and that the movie really needed to land some of the scenes. And Stellan, he said that he kind of kept writing the dad worse and worse.
Not really.
Like a really bad person. So he needed someone.
That's Kate Hudson, star of
Really a
Songs on
good
Blue,
person
which will
in
be
that.
released
And
by
I
Focus
really
Features in the
think
U.S.
Stellan
on
brought
December
so much
25.
warmth to such a hopeless man in a way. And Elle also, that role could have been so, I don't know, like a
3 years after his
papier-mâché
triumphant Oscar
Hollywood
win for The
actor
Whale,
thing, but she's
Brendan
so
Fraser
smart
has
with it,
found
and
his
she's
next
so
deeply
gentle with
personal
it, and
project in an
it really
unlikely
does something
place,
great. So I think,
Tokyo. In Hikari's
he, of
rental
course, Joachim
family,
lets
Fraser
that
plays
occur
Philip,
in
an
all of
American
us, so
actor
we
adrift in
have
Japan who discovers
autonomy of the
unexpected
character.
purpose and genuine
so
human
the
connection
dynamic
when he's
just-
hired
he
to
lets
play
it
a
be what
surrogate
it is.
family
We
member
still
for
have
people
the same
struggling with
dynamic when we do
loneliness.
Yeah.
Q&As. It's
The film
same.
arrives at
Yeah.
a moment
what's
when its
interesting
themes feel
about
particularly
Elle, and
urgent,
I've
and for
noticed this,
Fraser, the appeal was immediate
there are
and
actors
multifaceted.
like Elle
Variety's Clayton Davis spoke to
that
Fraser about
are
his role in
really
Hikari's
great
moving
actors,
dramedy. In
and
addition, he teases
it's
where
not
he
like
thinks
a
his
bad
The
thing to
Mummy
have, 'cause
character
I-
would be
I
today,
named
and
it
how
Paul
much he
Giamatti
loves The
disease,
Legend of
or told
Zelda
this,
and
when
the
you make it
changes he
look
wants
so
to make to the
easy.
video
Yeah.
game.
And people
Clayton
take
began
for
by
granted
asking Fraser how he
good
handled
you are.
things after his
Right.
big
Elle Fanning
Oscar
has
win,
done
The
that time and
Whale,
time
in
again.
2023.
And I think, like, I remember watching her in this, and I'm like, my heart is like shattering to 1,000 pieces. And I was like, but no one gets, like, I felt like I was in the room. I was like, no one's understanding
How hard it is.
How hard it is what you're doing. Because like, she could just cry, and it's like, it really, and it's something like, it's innate. And a lot of people have that. And it's good to see her getting some buzz for the role, because
Yeah.
this moves me to my next question, because you're sitting here with the awards editor for Variety, where I try to forecast or predict Oscar season, sometimes very well, sometimes very badly. I'm okay being wrong sometimes, but I'm okay being right too. I get to spike the ball. But this has been on my prediction list since a week after last year's Oscars. I do a blind.
Oh.
You're out. So I had
Yeah.
Sentimental Value, like doing exactly pretty much what I think it's going to do now. You might get an Academy Award nomination. It could be something that happens in the next few months. And I want, like, we've all done the speech in the shower with the shampoo bottle. I want to know, what could something like that mean to you? Have you ever thought that you would do this
No.
as someone who got
I
fired from
haven't
supermarkets?
I haven't, because I was fired everywhere. I haven't done the speech in the shower.
Never.
No.
Never even like came to you like this could like
It's so far away from like the forest in Norway. It's like, it's so shocking to me to be on those lists. And then I'm trying to like stay calm.
That's Renate Reinsve, star of Neon's Sentimental Value, which is now in theaters. And that's it for this edition of Variety's Award Circuit Podcast. Michael Schneider is the producer. Be sure to subscribe to the Award Circuit Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you download podcasts. Also, head on over to Variety.com and click on the Award Circuit tab to find the latest awards predictions and key races, as well as your daily fix of news, analysis, and reviews. For Jazz Tanke, Janelle Riley, and Clayton Davis, I'm Michael Schneider, and we'll see you on the circuit.